Icehogs win 4-3 in overtime to eliminate the Iowa Wild. Yes, your Rockford Icehogs move on into the next round of the Calder Cup playoffs. This was a big win for the Icehogs. It only took 2 games, and it took some extra time in this one as well. Game 1 ended in this similar fashion as Game 2, having to need extra time, needing some overtime hockey. The Icehogs come in and prevail and knock out the Iowa Wild in Game 2 of this best-of-3 series. This was a big win for the Icehogs. Frankly, it's better that they won it in Game 2 and not have to deal with a Game 3, because it would have been more difficult, I feel like, for the Icehogs to prevail in this series. With the Iowa Wild having the home ice advantage, the Icehogs come out and prevail. They get the 4-3 victory in Game 2 to move on to the next round of the Calder Cup playoffs to play the Texas Stars, a team the Icehogs met in the playoffs last year and eliminated them in this similar fashion they did to the Wild. This was a big win for the Icehogs in this game, as they went in needing and having to fight hard to get it, because the Wild in the third period of play got some 2 quick goals that nearly looked like backbreakers to the Icehogs, but they came out and prevailed and tied it up and forced overtime. This was a good win for the Icehogs. First period, shots on net per period, 10-13 for the Wild. Second period, 12-7 for the Icehogs. Third period, 14-8 in favor for your Rockford Icehogs. I nearly said Chicago Blackhawks because I'm used to doing these videos for the Chicago Blackhawks, but it's Calder Cup playoffs. The Blackhawks season's over. The Icehogs are rolling, and we're in the playoffs. Let's get this thing going. So, in the overtime, took 1 shot for each team, and 1 shot needed for the Icehogs to prevail and eliminate the Iowa Wild. Total shots on net, 37-29 in favor for the Rockford Icehogs. That was crucial for the Hogs in this game. Power plays, each team had a good amount of power plays. Wild going with 3 power plays, only scoring 1. And on the Icehogs side of the ledger, they went 1 for 4 on the power play. It was a little chippy second period of play, how it was playing out. We saw a lot of penalties thrown, a couple 4-on-4 opportunities, and we end up seeing a back and forth play a little bit in that second period alone. So let's get into the goals of the game, shall we? In the first period, it's the Wild who start off the scoring first. When the Hogs came out to play in this first period, they were peppering Wallstedt and getting some opportunities off, but Wallstedt said no. And at 5:49 in the first period, Damon Giroux scores his first of the playoffs, assisted by Hunt and Curry, to make it a 1-0 Iowa Wild lead. This came off a little bit of a almost rebound type play. The Wild were shooting a couple pucks onto Soderblom, and a rebound pops out, and Giroux beats Soderblom. It's a 1-0 game. Icehogs, though, at the start, they were the better team. They were moving the puck well, getting the opportunities, but just could not find the back of the net. And after that goal from Giroux, the Icehogs were battling hard and trying to tie it up, and they couldn't. But they do get a power play late in the first period of play, and they get on the board at 17-27 in the first period. Scored by number 41, Isaac Phillips, his first of the Calder Cup playoffs, assisted by Michael Tipley and Alec Regula. This shot by Phillips was an absolute bomb, and he gets the Hogs on the board, tied up one apiece. And this one game goes into the second period that way. The Hogs have momentum, and they took that momentum, and well, they played a lot better going into the second period of play. They were peppering and getting opportunities off on Wolstead, but couldn't find the back of the net until later in the period. We go into the second period of play. There was a lot of chances both sides. Quite a bit of penalties were called, couple kills, and we basically have to wait till about the 15-minute mark for the Icehogs to come back on the board. And the Wild, they were getting some chances that nearly beat Soderblom, but Soderblom stood strong in net and kept the Hogs and Wild tied. But at 16-10 in the second period, for his second of the playoffs, scored by number 17, David Goss, assisted by Jakub Galvis and Alex Vlasic to give the Icehogs the lead by one goal. It's 2-1 Hogs. This goal by Gus was a coast-to-coast play by Guster. He gets the puck in the defensive zone, goes down the ice, and backhand forehand in on Wolstead on the goal crease, and he scores to give the Icehogs a one-goal lead. And that one-goal lead goes into the third period of play. So all the Hogs need to do, shut down the Wild, even though to start the period of play, the Wild have a power play as the Hogs committed a late penalty in the second period that moved over into the third period, and the Wild have a power play, and they were able to capitalize on it. 20 seconds into the third period, Marco Rossi scores his first of the Calder Cup playoffs, and it was unassisted. This goal by Rossi giving the Wild the heart to tie it all up. This was the Wild's top prospect in their system, and he gets them on the board. And that's not the last we hear of him within this 5-minute span. The Hogs, after giving up this goal, the Wild had a few chances, but they weren't able to go in. And at 5:53 in the third period, Rossi takes the puck into the offensive zone by a pass from Sammy Walker. Rossi cuts in, gets pulp checked by Soderblom, and for his first of the playoff, Adam Beckman scores to give the Wild a 3-2 lead in the 5-minute span of this third period. Hogs had a lead going into this third period, and it vanishes immediately from Rossi. And then later, 5 minutes later, Wild score again. It's 3-2 Iowa, not Minnesota. Minnesota is playing the Dallas Stars right now, and the Blackhawks are not. So this was a big goal for the Wild. They have the momentum now. They can win, try and force a game 3 for a winner take all. And well, the Icehogs, a team who have been known to come back this season in third period of play, have done it 8 times during the regular season. They do it again at 9:34 in the third period, scored by number 71, Michael Tepley, his first of the Calder Cup playoffs, assisted by DJ Buzz Dicker and Philip Roos to give this game all evened up at 3-3 in the third. Yes, midway through the period, we are tied. Hogs and Wild tied it up. And, well, this is a story of the regular season between these two teams. We see a lot of overtime hockey. And, well, I think we see it again because we end up having to deal with it. Hogs do have to kill off a late power play of the Wild with about 2:47 remaining in regulation time. The Wild go to a power play and they killed it off. And, well, we go to the go into the overtime, and it does not last long. It takes shorter time than last overtime between these two teams in game one, and, well, the Hogs and Wild in playoff overtime fashion, we take it in. Hogs with the Reichel Grimaldi line out there, and then they go out for a change at 2:05 in the overtime. Scored by number 53, Buddy Robinson. His first of the Quarter Cup playoffs and GWGNOT, assisted by Alex Vlasic and Rocco Grimaldi to give the Rockford Icehogs the 4-3 victory to eliminate the Iowa Wild. This was a big win for the Hogs, and they take this and now play the Texas Stars in the next round of the playoffs. Down in the comments down below, I want to hear what your thoughts were on this game if you were able to watch it. Not everyone has AHL TV, so I understand that. And what your thoughts are of me doing these reviews again, because we need something going on during the Blackhawks off season, and might as well do some Rockford Icehog playoff hockey, right? And, well, we are. So thank you for watching the broadcast. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And most of all, let's go Hogs!